The editorial board of the New York Times has endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris, the Democratic Party's presidential candidate. Dear viewers, like this news and subscribe the channel. The New York Times reported on Monday. It is said that Democrat candidate Kamala Harris is the only patriotic candidate in the presidential election. Kamala Harris will face former U.S. President Donald Trump in the U.S. presidential election on 5 November. The New York Times article did not mention her name before the fourth paragraph. Previous paragraphs have highlighted Trump's disqualification as a presidential candidate. Trump has been called morally and temperamentally incompetent. The unequivocal, depressing truth is that Donald Trump is unfit to be president, the New York Times article said. For any voter who cares about the state of the country and the stability of democracy, that should be enough to deny Trump re-elected. Earlier, the New Yorker magazine published an article on the policy of anyone but Trump. Republicans represent the ongoing assault on American stability, nerves and nature, the magazine's editors said. Kamala Harris may not be the perfect candidate for those who are disappointed by the government's failures, said a lengthy New York Times article in support of Kamala. Still, we urge U.S. voters to compare Kamala's record with that of an opposition candidate. In that case, Kamala Harris is the more necessary option. The Times editorial board has not endorsed a Republican presidential candidate since 1956. Before that time, the paper has a history of supporting only Republican candidate D. Eisenhower. The newspaper has been emphasizing more foundational issues than competitive politics and policies in the two-party system. The New York Times writes that if American voters do not turn against Trump, Trump will have the power to do deep and lasting damage to American democracy. But voters deserve more information from Kamala Harris on specific policies. According to the New York Times, Kamala may think she is running a campaign to reduce the risk of a compromised era. Under this belief, being Trump's only viable alternative may be enough to make him a winner. But even if this strategy ultimately wins him, it is detrimental to the public and to his own record. The New York Times, on the other hand, called the Republican Party an instrument to restore Trump's power. It has also been claimed that Trump's second term will be far more damaging and divisive than the first. So Kamala Harris may be the only choice.